If you're hunting for a chef's knife that promises professional-grade quality without breaking the bank, the Mercer Millennia 8-inch chef's knife probably popped on your radar. It's advertised as crafted from one-piece high-carbon Japanese steel, boasting easy edge maintenance and long-lasting sharpness. But here's what surprised me. Despite its strong Amazon rating of 4.7 stars and a very tempting $21 price tag, this knife might not be the best fit for everyone, especially if you're serious about precision and durability. So before you hit that buy button, stick around because I'm diving deep into the Mercer Millennia 8-inch chef's knife, uncovering the unexpected flaws and hidden perks that might just change your mind, or make it your next kitchen staple. Now you might think, how bad can a $21 chef's knife be? Well, hold that thought. I'll reveal both the reasons why this knife is surprisingly loved by many and the realities that professional chefs and home cooks alike should watch out for. Plus, if you stick with me till the end, I'll share killer tips on how you can get the absolute best deal on this knife on Amazon. But first, let's uncover why this Mercer knife is stirring up some buzz and whether you should be part of the conversation. Mercer Culinary's Millennia series promises innovative features and performance to meet the demands of chefs and cooking enthusiasts. The 8-inch chef's knife is described as perfect for chopping, mincing, and cutting, dicing onions, mincing shallots, chopping herbs, crushing garlic, shredding cabbage. You name it. Sounds ideal, right? But the story isn't so straightforward. First, let's talk about the blade itself. Mercer boasts quality construction using one-piece high-carbon Japanese steel. High-carbon steel is often synonymous with sharpness and edge retention, which is crucial in any chef's knife worth its salt. But here's the twist. While the blade starts sharp and performs admirably out of the box, some users report that it dulls faster than expected during intensive kitchen use. Which is ironic because one of the key draws here is supposed to be easy edge maintenance and long-lasting sharpness. It poses the question, is the steel quality truly up to professional standards? On the flip side, many reviewers highlight that the knife holds a good edge after a typical home cook's use. So if you're chopping and dicing for your family dinners and everyday meals, it's probably fine. However, if you're a culinary professional or a more demanding home chef who slices nonstop, you might find yourself reaching for your sharpener a little sooner than anticipated. It's not a deal breaker, but something to consider seriously. Beyond the blade, the Mercer Millennia's handle deserves mention. Designed with ergonomics in mind, it features textured finger points for a non-slip grip, which adds comfort, durability, and safety. This is a huge factor for any knife because no matter how sharp a blade is, if the handle is uncomfortable or slips during use, it's a big kitchen hazard. Here, Mercer delivers. The handle feels secure even when your hands are wet or oily. That's a definite plus for safety-conscious cooks. And although the handle is praised, some found the balance slightly off for extended chopping sessions. The full tang construction, the tang runs through the entire handle, is intended to provide balance and stability, but some users felt that the handle was a bit heavier than the blade, throwing the feel off for prolonged prep work. If you're used to knives that feel like an extension of your hand, this slight imbalance might annoy you. Let me rehook your attention with an intriguing question. Does this knife withstand how it handles daily care? Mercer advises hand washing only, avoiding the dishwasher to maximize sharpness and longevity. Sounds reasonable, but some users have reported that the blade starts to show signs of rust or discoloration if neglected. Remember, high-carbon steel can be more prone to corrosion if not properly maintained, unlike stainless steel knives. So if you're a forgetful dishwasher user, this knife might be a high-maintenance devo in your drawer. Speaking of maintenance, unlike some premium knives that come ready to slice through a tomato paper thin with zero effort, this knife might require frequent honing. It's a decent entry-level knife, but it's not a magical wand. Your cutting technique and care routine will definitely impact how long it performs at its best. Now, Wielding the Mercer Millennia 8-inch chef's knife in my kitchen, chopping everything from garlic to cabbage, brought moments of joy and frustration. The blade is sharp enough to glide through vegetables cleanly, no jagged edges or bruising, which matters if you're plating beautiful dishes. But after about a week of near-daily meal prep, it felt noticeably less effective, steering me toward the sharpener sooner than I expected. It was like the knife was a sprinter, fast and sharp for a short burst, not a marathon runner built for the long haul. Let's sprinkle in a little humor here. This knife is definitely no samurai sword, but if it were, it'd be the one that decides to take a coffee break after the third onion. You know, the kind of weapon that keeps things steady in your kitchen battles, but can't quite win the ninja tournament. Jokes aside, the Mercer does make up for its subtle drawbacks with affordability and accessibility. At around $21, it's hard to complain when a new beginner chef's knife costs you the price of a fancy dinner. It's a practical step up from those overpriced, flimsy knives you see eBay sellers peddling, but it's not a replacement for a high-end, forged German or Japanese blade. Here's a twist you might not expect. The Mercer Millennia series is actually favored in culinary schools as a starter knife precisely because of its balance of quality and price. For students, it's a reliable blade for learning technique without worrying about damaging a high-ticket item. This credibility factor adds some weight to the decision if you're learning the culinary ropes yourself or buying a gift for an aspiring chef. Another interesting tidbit is the knife's handling of care instructions. Mercer strongly recommends hand washing with warm water and mild soap, followed by immediate drying. No dishwashers, no soaking. This sounds like standard knife care advice, but it's a crucial indicator that this knife is best for someone willing to invest a little extra time maintaining their tools, or at least careful enough not to toss it into the dishwasher next to the cutlery chaos. Let's address the elephant in the kitchen. How does it compare to other knives at this price point? Mercer punches above its weight with better steel and design than many budget knives. However, users comparing it to mid-range models often mention that the handle materials feel less robust, and the blade, while cutting fine, lacks the lifetime edge retention of pricier counterparts. If budget is your primary concern and you want a functional, decent blade, this is a solid choice. But if you want it all style, longevity, razor-sharp perfection, you might want to consider stepping up to knives from Wusthof or Shun. Now, how durable is it in real kitchen chaos? It's no secret knives get tested in those moments when a hurried cook battles frozen meat or struggles with slippery surfaces. The Mercer held up fine with vegetables, which is its advertised best use, but some users warned against using it on bones or frozen items as the blade chipped or dulled faster. It's simply not designed for heavy-duty hacking but more for finesse tasks. Let me pause here to remind you, if you're watching this because you want a dependable, everyday knife with respectable quality and don't mind a little extra care, this might still be the gem you've been searching for. The ergonomics, the initial sharpness, and the price create a sweet spot. Here's a quick joke for those who have been chopping for hours. Why did the carrot break up with the knife? Because it just couldn't cut it anymore. All right, bad pun aside, this Mercer Millennia knife is great, but not magical. Wrapping up the review, the Mercer Millennia 8-inch chef's knife caters to budget-conscious home cooks, culinary students, and those starting to build their knife collection without wanting to splurge immediately on top-tier options. It's best for veggies, herbs, and routine kitchen prep, essentially your weekly mise-en-place soldier. But seriousness matters here. And if you want a knife that will hold an edge through heavy daily professional use without frequent sharpening or special care, you might feel let down. If you follow care instructions meticulously, hand wash, dry immediately, hone regularly, you can expect it to serve you well for a good while. Its solid construction, ergonomic handle with an excellent non-slip grip, and the full tang design create a comfortable and safe tool for everyday kitchen tasks. For the price, the Mercer Millennia provides exceptional value. However, be ready for the sort of maintenance that comes with high-carbon steel blades. If you're the type to demand zero fuss yet crave razor-edge performance, this knife may fall short. But if you appreciate a good deal with decent quality and are willing to care for your knife properly, this one will not disappoint. In conclusion, don't rush out to buy this Mercer knife blindly, but don't write it off either. It fills a unique niche. Budget-friendly, professional-inspired design with some trade-offs. It's not the holy grail of knives, but it's a dependable, sharp blade, an unsung hero for your everyday chopping, mincing, and slicing needs. If you want to grab the Mercer Millennia 8-inch chef's knife at the best price with fast delivery, check the link in the description below right now. Remember, sometimes in cooking, it's about finding the right tool for your style and care habits, not the fanciest or most expensive one. Thanks for watching. Now, what's your kitchen go-to knife? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious if the Mercer Millennia has found its way into your culinary arsenal, or if you're holding out for a sharper edge. Stay sharp and happy cooking.